There we go. Making sure I'm on. But got to turn it down because otherwise I'm going to get reverb. But wow, yeah, summer has been so busy between graduations, birthdays, end of year recitals, end of year this, that, and everything else. So I hope you guys are not being too busy. I know for me, we're heading out to Hawaii here in a couple of weeks, and I have like these huge goals that I want to accomplish before we go. So I've actually had to start saying no to some things so that I can accomplish these. And then when I get back, it's like, oh, good, I'll have all this free time. That probably won't be the case. But anyways, hey, so I am actually jumping on here for my next video for the Signature Self book. So those of you who are already subscribed, you'll get this video. It comes after finances. Yep, no, time. This is the video after time, and this one I'm going to try not to jam pack it with too much stuff, but it's important. It is a biggie, and so I want to make sure that I give it the right amount of time so that you guys can dig in. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to dig in big time. I'm getting a phone call. This is live, people. This is what happens. Usually my dog barks or, you know, something else happens. So here's the thing. Your story is so important. Everybody has one, right? We all have a story. We all have an impact that we need to make in this life, whether it's through our work, through volunteering, through being a mom, a wife, a daughter, a friend. We all have a huge impact to make. But something that I have noticed is that sometimes we do not deal properly with our story. In fact, we don't acknowledge it. We kind of just, we know our story, we know what we've been through, and we kind of just go with the flow. But the problem with that is that we don't properly have a plan for what to do with that information. And I'll tell you what I mean in a few minutes. So we really have to acknowledge the good, the bad, and the ugly. I can tell you, I do not have a perfect past. And most of us don't, right? Most of us, when someone's like, oh yeah, I come from a dysfunctional family, we're kind of like, well, yeah, doesn't everybody? Right? And so it's really important to recognize where you're at with your story and what you need to do with it and how to move forward. So first off, I want to also mention that we learn more from our failures usually than we do from our wins, which is why in the workbook that you will get if you've subscribed to my free book, it's totally free. It's not salesy at all, I promise. So if you haven't done that, I will be putting a link above and in the comments so you can sign up for that, and it trickles in a little at a time. I've had a few people ask me now, like, can I just get the whole book? I will have an option for that very soon. Right now it's trickling in as I'm putting them in. So there will be an option for that very soon. Anyways, in there, you'll see that there are multiple ways for you to write out your story. There's an overview section and a timeline, like from birth to today. And on one side you have the positive, and on the other side you have the negative. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, this can be difficult to do. It was very difficult for me when I did it. And I did this with my pastor. I would highly recommend before you start this section that you have someone close to you that you can talk to about this particular section. If you find that you're having a very difficult time with it, please seek out help. Call someone that you trust, know, or love, and love. Let's actually say and all those things. You don't just want to call anybody. You don't want to put this on Facebook. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Call your pastor if you have one, or chaplain. The YMCA does have chaplains, and they're pretty excellent with people's spiritual journeys. Or go see a counselor. Go talk to your doctor. They'll hook you up with a counselor. This is a life skill, guys. Like, Having a counselor on your team, which is something I will talk about later in the book. I think we all should have a team, just like, you know, movie stars have a team of people that work with them. We should too. So they need to be a part of our team, part of our toolbox, part of our arsenal, if you will, for all the different stages of life. Because I can tell you, I've been to counseling for difficult things. I've been to counseling for raising teenagers. I've been to counseling for different life stages. And I'm telling you, it's the best thing. It's like having a paid best friend who actually has strategies for you, not just your best friend off the, you know, whoever it is, or even just anybody off the street. I've seen people tell people their stories, like just in like the supermarket or whatever. And it's like, this person doesn't know how to deal with this. They weren't trained. This is above their pay grade, right? They're just looking at you like, oh my gosh, Anyways, it's really important that we deal with our story. So I don't want you guys to stay stuck. This is something that I see both in the good and the bad. Now, you're probably like, well, how can I stay stuck in the good? Okay, well, what can happen if you don't acknowledge the good stuff in your life, like your accomplishments? Hey, I actually graduated high school, or I was the first person to do this in my family, whatever those good things are. Like, you know, I loved to dance as a kid. Oh my gosh, my girlfriend and I, we would like choreograph these dances, and then we'd like have all the neighborhood get together and we'd do a talent show. I joined every talent show when I was a kid. I love singing. I am a natural teacher. My grandma said I used to drag my poor little brother along, and I would actually play school and create worksheets for him. But that kind of stuff I had kind of forgotten until I started teaching and started kind of going on this like self-love journey. I was like, oh yeah, I just am a natural teacher. That's just what I do. It's who I am. It's like, if I don't teach, I get in a rut and I am not living my best self. So knowing these things about yourself can help in multiple ways. There were times before I started doing this self-love journey about 5 years ago, when I finally kind of learned that I was dealing with depression. I really feel like I was taken down this kind of self-love journey, something that I share throughout the book. But I hadn't properly acknowledged all the good things I had done in my life. You know, really truly looked at them and said, gosh, you know, here I am feeling unworthy, feeling depressed, feeling sad, feeling like everything in my life sucks. But yet I've been married to the same guy for, at that time, 15 years, and we have a great marriage. I've got 2 fantastic kids. Yeah, they've got minds of their own. They're independent thinkers. They are like crazy independent. Sometimes that's hard to parent, but they're amazing kids. I, you know, taught at a school. I've been, you know, a children's director twice. You know, not both being huge successes, but I've done it. The second time I'd say was more successful than the first. You know, I've done all these big things. Why, when I sit in a room with leaders, do I feel like I don't belong here? I'm not as good as everybody else in this room. And no, I don't need to be conceited and I don't need to be arrogant, but I at least need to recognize, like, I belong. I am here for a reason. And I have like a lot of value to offer, a lot of value. You know, so being able to sit down and recognize those things is really important for those moments when you're kind of feeling like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm good enough for this moment or this thing that I'm a part of. Yes, you are. And something that somebody told me, in fact, this was Shannon Lee, if you're watching, in a group that I was in, one that I was definitely not feeling worthy of. She said, you are always trying. This was about me, which was, I needed to hear this. You're always trying, and you actually have a lot of value to add. That really helped me. because I wasn't feeling that way. And I was feeling like these ladies have way more to offer than I do. And then also hearing from each of those ladies that they felt the exact same way was also so helpful for me. So guys, not only is it important for you to know for yourself, but it's also really important to know that other people feel the same way. Can you believe it? I cannot even believe it. I thought I was the only one. And then I found out like later, nope, not the case. So moving along, the bad stuff, guys, I kind of already went over that a little bit, but I will just re-say it. If you are finding while you're going it through and putting the bad stuff, look, I've had a lot of bad stuff in my life, things that have been done to me, choices that I've made. I have it. We all have it, right? If you're finding that it's really difficult for you to make it through this, I'm going to ask you, please, please seek out help. Who freaking cares what anybody else thinks? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. You are too important. You have too great of a purpose. You have got to seek out help. Whoever that is, whatever's easiest for you. If that's a close friend, pastor, your doctor, please do it. Some telltale signs that you are struggling with this is that you have really strong emotions as you're going through this. You really can't even hardly do this without crying. I've been there, so been there. If you continue to tell someone the same issues over and over and over again, you may need some help, guys. Not everyone is equipped to help you with this stuff. They may want to listen, they may want to sympathize with you, but after a little bit, you got to realize if you've been talking about the same thing for 20 years and you're still not over it, you are not over it. That's not the word I want to use, but you're still really struggling with it. That's what I'll say. Go get some help with it, please. And then if you're not moving on, again, I don't like saying it like that, but one way that I say this is that you continually sabotage yourself. I recognized mine because I was in a Weight Watchers class, struggling with my weight since I was a teenager, since I got pregnant. I was pretty skinny as a kid, and then got pregnant, and ever since then just struggled with weight. And I finally realized, like in a Weight Watchers class, I wasn't even really listening to the leader. I would be so excited in the class. Yes, I'm going to do this. I'm an outgoing person. I can do this. And sometimes even before I hit the door, was being negative on myself, was sabotaging myself, and just, I couldn't move forward. So these are some big, there's many more telltale signs. I'm not going to be able to cover them all in here. It's bigger than the scope of this book even, but those are some telltale signs that you might need to go get help with this. That can be counseling, coaching, all of it. It's, you know, it really can come in multiple ways. It doesn't have to be the same for everybody. So it could be a support group. So that's what I want you guys to know. I was going to share with you guys some of my story, but I kind of have already. What I want you to know is it's important to stop to take a look. This is a really big step. We're going to start digging into some really fun things, personality things, strength finders, your style, like all kinds of fun things. I'm super excited. I love this stuff so much. But it's really important to stop real quick. Like, I would really like to not linger on it, but if you need to dig deeper, please do. But to just take a look at where you've been. This is such an important part of who you are. So let's just take that look, okay? Sorry, looking through my notes, so in the workbook, you're going to be writing out your story. You'll have an overview section. You're going to have the timeline section. Let me actually really quickly, while I'm on here with you guys, pull up just a couple of other pieces. So the activities in here are, I I want you to write out the struggles that you've overcome. Just write them out, like after you've written out your story. You can do these in any order that you want, guys. You don't have to go like from A to B. You can kind of skip around. I found that as I was writing out my overview story, I didn't think of it all. And then I was putting, you know, I was doing my timeline like, oh yeah, I got to add this to my story. Or, you know, I started to work on the struggles that I'd been through and like had to keep adding stuff to it. And so it's going to kind of ebb and flow. Don't feel like you have to do this all like from A to Z. Like those of you that are a type A personality who like to do things perfectly, or if you're you're overcoming perfectionism like me, I'm giving you permission right now. You don't have to do this exactly in order, okay? So, all right, looking through here really quickly, there's a place for you to put negative thoughts about yourself. Guys, do this. There are tapes that play in our minds over and over and over again. You don't need these anymore. You know, when you're going to go do something, and I know this because it happens to me. When you are, you know, anything, really, it can be anything. Sometimes it's the smallest things. It's not even like the biggest things. Sometimes it's the smaller little things that we're going to go do. And you've got these, you're not good enough. You're not worthy. Who do you think you are? One of my big ones is you don't have a college education. Like, you're not good enough. So not true. So you will actually see on the negative thoughts page that it actually has a place for you to write out the negative thoughts, but we're not leaving you there. So get those negative thoughts onto paper, the ones that come to mind. This does not have to be an exhaustive list of all the negative thoughts that go through your head. On the other side of this, you will see that it says to tear this page out and burn it. Now, because you're printing it right now and it's not in the book yet, because I haven't gotten the book published in Amazon quite yet. Because you're printing this out, you can just print it, write on it. And I want you to have the symbolism. This is all about a symbol in your mind to help solidify it in your brain that you do not need these thoughts anymore. You're gonna burn the page. I want you to take those dang thoughts that you do not need and burn them. Now you can do this more than once. If you think of other things later and you want to add to them, you know, that's fine. Take it out, write that, even if it's only like 1 or 2 thoughts that you forgot to put on there, but they keep coming back. I've had that happen. Print out this page real quick, write them out, even really big. I don't care. No one's going to see this but you. It can be sloppy. We don't care about grammar, none of it. Don't even worry about it. Get those on that paper and burn it. And really watch it in your mind and make sure that you really, almost like an altar. Like this is an altar to you burning these thoughts. They are going away, because later on when these negative thoughts come back, I want you to be able to fully visualize in your head and say to yourself, I already burned those thoughts. I don't need you anymore. Go away. Then on the next page, you will see that there's a Post-its page. Now, again, because you're printing it out right now, this will be different once we actually we'll have 2 versions of this book. We're gonna have one through Amazon. There obviously won't be Post-its on the Amazon page, but there'll be another version that you can buy through me, and it's gonna come in this beautiful clear PVC case. It's actually beautiful. I'm so in love with it, but no, you don't have to, there's no offense if you don't want to buy that one from me. But in it, we will have beautiful Post-its along with the colors of the book. You know, it's totally, it's totally me. Anyways, I'm not even watching. I'm sorry, guys. I have not been watching at all. Who's on here? And, aw. Hi, Arlene. I'm so glad you were on here even for a moment. Awesome. So anyways, okay, so There are, they're going to be positive moments. That's a page so that you can write those down so that you have, not just in your timeline, I want you to pull them out and really put them onto this positive moments page so that you can keep it there. Because I don't want you to have to like scroll. So if you're ever needing just kind of a positive moment in your life, which we all need, right, regularly, I want you to just be able to turn to this page and look at your positive moments, not have to scroll through your timeline to try and find it. I don't want you to have to do that. So really take the time to pull some of those positive moments from your story and put them on this page. And then finally, you'll see that post-it page with the truths about you. So I want you to take those negative thoughts and turn them into truths instead. Take some of those positive moments, put those into truths. You know, like, not to brag, but I'm a really great dancer. I'm probably old-fashioned dancer, you know, the 90s, but I'm a really good dancer. I can do the Running Man and I break it out in 80s night. And I've actually had people, like younger people, come to me and say, oh my gosh, I love your dance moves. Because when I get in the zone, oh man, I just have a good time. I probably would embarrass the heck out of my kids, but maybe not. My daughter's been in Zumba with me one time and was pretty surprised by how mama can shake her tail feather. Let me just say, I'll just leave it with that. But but put stuff like that. This is the time. I know it feels weird to brag about yourself. I get it. I am not good at it. I'm learning to say, you know what? This is a strength of mine. This is a gift of mine. And acknowledging it and actually speaking it and living in it are not the easiest things to do. It actually takes courage to do that. So I want you to put these on your page. And I just realized my name is wrong on here. Oh my gosh. Well, oh well, whatever. I'm going to take a quick second and fix that. I forgot. My friend and I share this account. So there we go. Again, it's live. It's real. It's all good. So anyways, so take the moment to put this positive stuff, because next week we're going to dive into some mindset stuff. And it's just really good to deal with some of these bigger things first. Mindset's a lot of fun. I know some of you have probably dealt with it in different ways, and all of us, every life coach has a different way of how they deal with mindset. I am very inspired by movies and shows and things like that. So I have my own little take on it. Plus I, I actually coached in finances for a while. So, and in marriage. So I've got kind of a different take on some of these things. So I am actually really looking forward to diving into this with you guys. But we just needed to take this moment to write out your story. And I'm actually really excited because what I feel like you're building right now with the book, if you've subscribed to the free book, is like a manual on you. And the more you know about yourself, the more you deal with, the more you acknowledge things in your life, the more you allow yourself to have permission to be you, the more freedom you're going to have to just enjoy your life. It's exciting, guys. I'm so excited for you. So that is all I have for you today. Let me double check my notes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I had some stories for you, but I'm going to actually leave it at this because it's already a long video, which I don't like to do too long of videos, especially on a topic like this, because it can get deep. So do reach out if you need anything. Also, we will be starting a ladies club. I'm super excited about this. You will be seeing, as soon as we get the information out, my VA is going to be putting the links to join it in all of my videos. So you'll be seeing it here really soon, and it's gonna be fun. We're gonna actually work through this book together, and we're actually creating patches that you get to earn, like Troop Beverly Hills style for women. I can't even, I'm so excited. So watch for that coming soon. All right. Have a great day, guys. I will see you probably actually again today. I think I'm going to jump on. I'm trying to get this stuff finished for the book. So before I leave for Hawaii. All right. Have a good day, guys. Bye.